Good morning, Cypress Village residents, and welcome to Virtual Coffee Chat. This is Ty Morgan, Executive Director, and thanks for tuning in today, Friday, October 14th. We're glad to have everybody. And before I get into birthdays later, I just want to give a big happy belated birthday to all of our Navy vets out there. 24/7, 247 years, but on call 24/7. Go Navy. I don't think I got that right, but to all of our Navy veterans, happy belated birthday. Great party yesterday. Good to see everybody. As usual, we have a lot of information we want to share with the residents here at Cypress Village, keep everybody up to speed with what's going on. So with that, I will turn it over to all my department leaders for those informative updates, and then I will cap it off with a few myself. But thanks for tuning in, and I'll talk to you soon.
Hello everyone, my name is Laurel Mundell, Director of Administrative Services. The announcements I have today have absolutely no rhyme or reason. They do not have anything to do with each other, so take out your notepads, hold on, buckle up. So for starters, we've got a new mailman. His name is Lonnie. So we're really excited to have somebody that's going to be stable and stay with our community for a little bit. That's why we've seen some odd, time issues, mail coming late, this, that, and the other. We also did have the holiday this Monday, so that's why mail was extra delayed this week. But moving forward, once Lonnie gets his bearings and learns our community, we should see mail times and just delivery overall be more consistent. We are going to have forgiveness days. I don't know if y'all remember this from last year, but we set out these bins on each floor near elevator lobbies for residents to return any items that they have collected that belong to Cypress Village over the past year. Items include silverware, dishware, barware, decorations, centerpieces, salt and pepper shakers, even some free weights from the OMR. If you have anything that Cypress Village has purchased and you brought it up to your apartment or to your house, now is your time. We will turn a blind eye. We don't care whose it is, where it came from. Just put it in one of those bins. You'll see those set out, like I said, in the hallways, and we'll have some down at the concierge desk as well. And we'll be emptying those on a pretty couple times a week basis. The forgiveness days are going to run from October 17th until the end of the month on the 31st. And then this is just, again, in hopes of collecting as many items as possible. Because keep in mind, supply costs will always go up each year. So the plates that were X dollars last year are going to be a little bit more expensive this year. So before we go and buy whole new sets and crates and this, that, and the other of things, we're going to try and see how much we can get back. A reminder about privacy. So now this is your home. All of the employees work in your home. We have very strict regulations for ourselves in terms of protecting your private health information. HIPAA is a big word here. We got to be careful of, even if we're talking among each other in the offices, what we say, how we say it. Likewise, the staff that is here is protected as well. Their privacy is protected. That means that residents are not permitted to take pictures of employees as they're going about their daily business. If the employee grants you permission or consent, if this is for a publication, for example, like the Cypress log, then that's one thing, but you have to make sure that you have everyone's consent that's going to be in the picture or the video. So anybody who is going off and taking pictures and reported, we will be addressing that. Either myself, Susan McLean, the director of that department, whoever it is. So just please keep that in mind. Like we protect your privacy, it's important that we protect our employees' privacy as well. Recycling. I had a note that a resident was witnessed pouring their trash into some of the recycling bins out behind the main lobby area there, the bird lobby in between the pool, lake, and lobby. those recycling bins, if there's any trash in there, anything that is non-recyclable, that ruins the whole load in there. And over time, we can actually get fined for that by the Conex company that does the recycling removal. So please just be very mindful of what you are putting in those bins. Make sure that it's a recyclable product, that it's clean, that there's not food on it, things like that. And then please do not put your trash in there. Like I said, it will ruin the whole bin. This is another odd thing, but we were alerted that Hoffman Furniture is making a delivery of 4 furniture pieces this week, and it's going to be at the A loading dock. Now, unfortunately, there is no name attached to this. It's not any of the directors that we're aware of, any of our departments. So now we're wondering if a resident had ordered furniture for delivery. If this is you, please just give us a call at the concierge desk and say, that was me that ordered furniture from Hoffman, so that we can make sure when it arrives, it gets to the right location. It doesn't end up going somewhere it shouldn't. Because depending on how nice that furniture is, it might look good in my living room. Who knows? And then the last thing that I have for today is the Alzheimer's update. So for the Alzheimer's Association, I want to remind everyone that checks can be made payable to the Alzheimer's Association. Keep that in mind. We just had a few checks that had, walk to end Alzheimer's or something like that. So Alzheimer's Association, make the check out to. And our grand total as of today is an incredible $9,580. That is so wonderful. Thank you all so, so much. We had a great time at the bingo fundraiser. We raised about nearly $600 there. I think at $560 was the final total. We've got the silent auction still to come up the end of this month, as well as I think there's going to be a fun little opportunity at the Fall Festival to not only donate for this cause, but to see something fun happen there too. So be on the lookout for what that's going to entail at the Fall Festival. That's all I have. Like I said, it couldn't be any more random or miscellaneous, but I guess that's part of what I do. So with that in mind, have a great rest of your Friday, great weekend, and I will see you around the village.
Good morning, Cypress Village. Welcome to another edition of Coffee Chat. I just wanted to give one quick reminder about the carpet shampooing. Tonight we'll be doing the 6th floor. So again, if you can, please remove the stuff that's in front of your door. Not necessarily needed. We can work around it. We can move it, put it back for you. But just to make sure that you guys keep it safe, that we don't accidentally break anything that belongs to you. If you can, please move it inside just for tonight, and you can put it back out tomorrow morning. I also want to give a reminder that starting on Monday, actually Tuesday morning, Monday we'll be prepping for the dispensers throughout the building to be changed out, and then Tuesday morning at 8 o'clock in the morning we'll be starting in the healthcare, changing out toilet papers, paper towels, hand sanitizer, and soap dispensers. That's going to be throughout the week because we want to get through the entire building, and hopefully we can do it from Tuesday to Friday. It is common areas only, and we may be adding a couple of more in different areas, but it is just the public bathrooms, the laundry rooms, things like that where we have the dispensers for you all in these common areas. That's what we're going to be changing. This is my leader of the quarter pin. Very, very happy and excited that I got it. I did not expect it. I knew it was not nominated, but I know I haven't only been here 90 days. It makes me feel great that my peers feel really good about me. I know that they were the ones that voted, so I mean, that makes me feel good. My peers know whether they're in my department or not, they can count on me for anything they need, housekeeping or not. I'm there for them. So. Just like all you residents do, you can call me at any time, and I'll be able to get to you with any help I can give. Okay, I think that's all I got. Have a good weekend. See you all next week. Thank you for everything. Bye bye.
Good morning, residents. Welcome to Coffee Chat, and happy Friday. Today I'm going to run over some extra plans that we're doing in maintenance. The sod has arrived today. Those of you that's on the sod list, you should be getting some sod here shortly. They're diligently working on all the plants and the sod today and throughout the week. Also, the new fountain on Silverberry Lake is in and running fine. We have the other big lake The motors were completely trashed from all the algae and everything, so we're waiting on them. Periodically, they will be here before long, and we'll have them up and running and beautify the place. And definitely, we need it. The tree that got removed, we had to remove that tree because of the storm. The tree was rotten, so once the tree became rotten, we didn't need the storm to take it down onto the building, so that's why that one tree was removed. We try to avoid taking out the trees, but sometimes they have to be removed. On another note, Jennifer has left the maintenance department. She's moved over to IHS, so please be delicate with CJ. She's transferring over from her job into handling Jennifer's old job, but we're looking for a person to replace Jennifer now, so stick with us and cut her some slack every now and then if you get a chance. And on another note, the termite bond for the equity homes is coming out of the September bill. It'll be $35 per house. The termite bond covers the every 5 years a $10,000 termite bond and liability. So it's something that we definitely need on the homes. Termites are vicious little critters, and they eat a lot of wood, and you can't even see when they do it until it's already over with. But on another note, I guess that's all I have to say to you for happy Friday, and have a good weekend.
Okay, well, good morning, villagers. It is October 14th already. We are deep into autumn. So, a couple of things. One, we had a great time yesterday on Amelia Island. So thank you to everybody who came. And we'll do more fun things like that going up to Amelia Island, because that's my hometown and I love to show it off. Also, a reminder about the 21st, because of the Connect Us event that we're having, we will be doing the 7 p.m. music in the C lobby at 6 p.m. And instead of Philip Milano, who went on a cruise to get more money, Rod Matthews is back off his cruise. So he's going to be there entertaining. And next week, we have the Fall Festival on the 19th. It's going to be really fun. We have so many people coming in to set up games. There's going to be animals. I'm told there's maybe going to be a special something that involves a little piglet. We'll have, what do you call them, funnel cakes, ice cream, frozen treats. Bring your wallet, support our local food trucks, and come on out and have a great time. Enjoy the beautiful autumn weather in our parking lot in front. We also have Van Gogh on the 20th, the Beyond Van Gogh. That's our final trip. There are a few spots still left for that. We have dinner bunch Monday evening, going to Royal Palm Tapas. So that should be good. And what else? I think that's all I have for you. I hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you around the village.
Good morning, Cypress. Just want to have a few announcements. This is Marcus from Security. I just want to let you guys know a few things and a few reminders. On Tuesday, the 18th, myself and Susan from IHS will be doing a presentation at Egret Hall at 1 p.m. called Fall for Safety. I think it's going to be a very interesting adaptation for people to learn and understand why we do certain things the way we do them and what can help prevent future falls and what happens if you do and what's the best thing that you can do prior to our arrival to protect yourself or your loved one. Another update with the parking stickers and permits that me and Laurel have been reviewing with everyone. We've had a little bit of issues with the vendor getting them here appropriately. We are working currently with a separate vendor that is expediting that, so it should still be here very soon in the next coming weeks at the latest. So hopefully that'll be a big, huge advantage moving forward for everyone. Just a reminder, on Tuesday, this upcoming Tuesday at 5 p.m., we're going to begin roping off the center circle parking lot for the Fall Festival. It's going to be a big, fun time for everyone. I really would appreciate everybody's support in trying to clear that area out, both residents, employees, friends, family, everybody. It would be a huge benefit for security if you could help us clear that area. We sure would appreciate it. It would make things much more enjoyable and relaxing for everyone to be able to do so. Another reminder, if you have any issues with your pendants, pull chains, CCIs, or if you even just want to be comfortable that it is working, please notify security first. Contact security, Ivan, the supervisor, or myself. We will set up a time, date, or even come to you at the time of your call, and we'll make sure everything's functioning properly. If it is not, we'll make sure it is replaced and fixed, either through us or our vendor, Stanley. As always, if anybody has any questions, concerns, please feel free to contact me, myself, or Ivan, the supervisor, or anybody in the security department. I promise we'll be there to help you. Thank you. Have a good day.
Hi everybody, my name is Chelsea Terrell and I am the Director of Innovative Home Services. I just wanted to pop in and give you guys an update about the booster clinic that we will be doing with Susan and CVS. We have moved it from this month to next month, so the dates will be November 18th and November 21st. We are still figuring out some details about how we're going to do some scheduling. I don't think that we're going to do the time slots like we've done before. We will probably do by tower and houses, but we are still figuring out those details. So as soon as we get those solidified, we will make sure that we let you guys know. But I know that I've had a few people pop into the office and ask about the booster clinic, and they will be offering flu vaccines and any other vaccines that you might need. So pneumonia, shingles, everything like that, they will have all of those on hand, and they will be ready to tell you if you are about to be out of date with any of those. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and we will see you next time.
Good morning, Cypress Village. It's Chrissy from the Wellness Center. I just have a few updates that are going to be happening this coming week. We have Sally, who's with the American Telephysicians Clinic. She'll be in the Wellness Clinic every Wednesday from 9 to noon. You can come by and talk to her about blood pressure monitoring. She also will take appointments for cognitive testing that they will do in their clinic in D250. Also in the Wellness Clinic will be Guardian Pharmacy. They are here Mondays and Wednesdays from 9 to 1 for any questions. They'll run your insurance. Just come by and chat with them about their services. And also this week, coming up, will be Wednesday, October 19th, is Tower D for cycled medications. So everybody in Tower D that gets their medications, please come down and pick up your medication. And lastly, on Thursday, October 20th, Guardian Pharmacy will also be providing the education series for our Stay Well series on October 20th at 11 a.m. in Egert Hall. They will be presenting on the benefits and services they provide. So sign up with activities for that program. And that's all I have. I hope everybody stays well and stays happy, and I'll see you around the village.
Hi, Cypress residents. I'm Dr. Scott Wagner here at your Cypress Village Dentist. If you've never met us and you're a new resident, just want to let you know we have a full-service dental office here. We do cleanings, we do maintenance, we do full mouth reconstructions, we do smile makeovers, we do everything that you want us to do. We're going to focus on you being healthy, and we'll be good listeners to deliver the care you want. I'm lucky and blessed to have an amazing team. This is Raina. She's my practice manager, office manager, and hygienist extraordinaire. She kind of runs the hygiene team. This is Kendall. She's one of our amazing assistants. And this is Trina, your go-to person for scheduling. Now, Trina also manages our scheduling for all of our massage therapy and all of our esthetician work. So don't forget to come by, say hi, introduce yourself, and we're all here.
Welcome to Coffee Chat. It's been a little while since I've been here. Great to see everyone again. It's been a great couple months in 4600. We've had a really good outcome with the lobsters. Everyone's really enjoyed them, but that time has come for us to change the menu. So starting next week, we've got some really great items coming up. I've been working with the team back there. We actually prepared one of the items last night, which was a seared scallop. And we're doing that with a quinoa salad. And that's gonna come with a little bit of butternut squash to give it a sweetness to offset our field greens that we're using for it. So we're really excited about that one. The team tried it out last night. Big hit, big success. So that one is one of the items that are gonna be there. Another one we're doing is, because everybody really loves those lobsters, I've managed to get lobster tails. So we're gonna be doing a surf and turf. It'll be a little bit smaller on the steak, obviously, because it is coming with a tail, but it will be the 5 to 6 ounce tail for those of you who have asked already. It is a larger tail, obviously. Cypress Village, nothing but the best, right? Now, we are doing a seafood cocktail for one of our appetizers, but my only concern is the season for stone crabs opens up this weekend, and we're hoping that the boats get back in, they have the fresh ones coming in, and then we'll receive them by Tuesday. If not, you might see the first couple nights of not having that, but we'll still offer the seafood cocktail because it's gonna be a trio. Everyone loved that shrimp, so we're gonna continue to put a shrimp on there. We're gonna add that stone crab, and then we're looking at a beautiful scallop that'll be poached to be added to that trio, and it's, again, a seafood cocktail trio. So really excited about that one. Now, 2 more that we've been working on, so I'm kind of finalizing, but I'll give you a little secret. Monkfish, right? If anyone knows monkfish, it's very good. It has a very crustacean flavor at the end because they do eat crustaceans all their life. So that's what they're eating. They're eating lobster, they're eating shrimp, so that flavor comes into the meat. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a twist on it. We're gonna do a southern shrimp and grit twist. So we're looking at doing a stone ground grit cake, and that's gonna be kind of the base for our monkfish, which is gonna be seared and put on top of that. Now the sauce is kind of like where we're struggling right now. We made a couple sauces for it last night. Myself and the team weren't impressed. One of them tasted too much like the sea bass that we did before. Another one was a little bit too bitter and not southerny enough. So actually one of my team members said étouffée. So we're gonna try that tonight and see what's going on. But again, we're really excited to be coming out with this menu. It will start next Tuesday. And again, thank you everyone for all the compliments that we've been getting. The front of the house, Lindsay and her team have been doing great. Our culinary team, especially Chandrea, Chef Pat, who has really been stepping up the last couple weeks, starting with us. And then we also wanted to give a little shout out to Julio. Julio has been doing an awesome job down in the Loon's Nest. Those of you who have been down there lately have noticed a little bit of a twist or a little bit of a difference in the food, the presentation, and that's all coming from him. So we found a great cook down there. We've got a few more that are coming down the line. The culinary team is really coming together. So as you can probably hear my voice, we're really excited and passionate about what we're doing back there and can't wait to bring more things to Cypress Village that we've been doing all summer. So look forward to it. Thanks.
Hello everybody, it's Hector Gonzalez, Director of Dining, coming to you from Cypress Village. Just wanted to give you some updates on the dining department. First, I think update, we are going to be sending out a survey. Dining committee has put together some questions. We want to really revisit the dress code, especially in 4600. So there's a short dining survey that'll be coming out either today or tomorrow, in the next couple of days, let's just say. Please, if you have a minute, if you could fill it out. It looks like it's pretty easy to fill out. It's simple, bing, bang, boom. Just so we can get some feedback on where everybody feels as far as dining, especially in 4600. We are scheduled to start the salad bar next Wednesday, on the 19th. And we've got everything in for it, so we're ready to go on that. Chef's working on a new menu for 4600. I think during his recap, he gave you some highlights of that, which is very exciting. I was able to taste one of the dishes last night. It was very, very well done. It looks like it's going to be a hit. I guess the next thing that we have on our list is staffing updates. As I'm thinking about things, I'd like to start giving you staffing updates. We have two new hires servers. Looks like we're starting to get a flow in here. We're starting to get people that we would look to serve in both of the dining rooms. So we've got 2 in orientation today, another one in the pipeline. So that's promising. I haven't seen that flow that we had last week and this week in a very long, since I've been here, quite honestly. So the last thing that I have is we are going to, on the week of the 25th, go to the 4th day in Middleton. So we're going to open up for 4 days. We're going to add the Friday. So the week of the 25th, we've committed to opening a 4th day in Middleton's. I feel with new staff coming in, we'll have some time to train, and then we're going to shuffle some people around so we've got the right people serving in Middleton's. That's pretty much for my recap today. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye.
You articulate that so well. I wish I could write that down and read it. All right. All right, I'm back, and I hope everybody's enjoying today's episode. I'm sure you are. I just had a couple items I wanted to touch on. One of which we discussed a community meeting. Laurel Mundell talked a little bit about the big event that we have next Friday, a week from today, coming here to Cypress Village. We are going to be hosting all of the healthcare senior living leadership throughout not only Duval County and the Jacksonville area, but also throughout the Northeast, and for that part, the majority of the state of Florida. Anybody influential in the political realm as well as the industry realm will be invited and hopefully show up to this event. We are expecting anywhere between 50 to 60 guests, so it is a very, very big event. This is not something we're doing as a marketing, it's not a typical marketing event of that nature. This is very involved in regards to us being at the forefront of legislation. This is either legislation that is currently pending or legislation that we feel needs to be brought to our local legislators and political partners and lobbyists that we feel is very important for the senior living industry and healthcare industry, not just in the state of Florida, but also in some cases nationally. We will have our leading age president, Steve Bamer, here, as well as several members of his staff. A lot of leaders within Duval County, like I had mentioned. So bear with us. It is going to be a 1-meal day, but Hector Gonzalez and Lindsay and Ben, I know, have a very, very special meal on tap for you all. They do a pretty good job every day, but I think they're going to try and make it over the top because we only have 1 meal that day for you. But it is a very important event, so if you see a lot of suits that day, just be your kind self and welcome them to Cypress Village. So, secondly, I wanted to mention Unfiltered. Again, I was unable to be there. I wish I was there, but I do want to thank all of the residents for the feedback and the information they've been providing. And I'm really proud of the leaders, such as Hector and Lester, that are really taking this feedback and really, intertwining it in some of their planning and daily operational efforts. So thanks to the residents for the information, and appreciate our leaders following up on that appropriately. Last but not least, COVID-19. This is, my numbers from yesterday in department head. As far as I know, we have 0 employees that have a confirmed case. And we have no cases as far as I know. If anybody does know of anybody out there, please contact Susan McLean. But we have none in our care centers nor our independent living that we are aware of. So that is great news. The positivity rate is still in the yellow. It's still around the 10 to 11% range, but feeling pretty confident about where we are in the process and procedures we've taken to keep everybody safe. So with that, we're going to roll into birthdays. And again, happy belated birthday to all our Navy vets yesterday. Let's see if we do not have a birthday resident out there today, which is crazy, or tomorrow. So I'm going to skip up to the 16th. We've got Jim Druschel, Mr. George Bland, and Carolyn Holder on the 16th. Happy birthday to you 3. On the 17th, we've got 3. We've got Miss Betty Von Fossen, Lorraine Hong, and Maureen Murphy. Happy birthday to you 3 ladies as well. On the 18th, we've got 4. We've got Ann Cochan. I won't say how old Ann is, but she looks great, is doing great, and is a phenomenal lady. Ann, happy birthday to you. Also, Eva McClintock, Barbara Johnson, and Sarah Sharp. On the 19th, we've got 2. We've got Mrs. Bert Keith and Tom Vogel. Happy birthday to you two on the 19th. And I'm going to wrap it up on the 21st with only one birthday boy, and that's Mr. Patrick Basile. Happy birthday to you, Patrick. And with that, we are going to wrap up Coffee Chat for this week. Residents, thanks again for tuning in, and I hope, again, everybody has a great Friday and a fantastic weekend. God bless to all of you. We'll see you around the village. Take care. Ty Morgan's office, how may I help you?
All right, I'm just going to kind of do my thing then. All right. Hi, everybody.
Administrative services, baby.
No, higher better, because it looks like I got more hair. All right, you ready?
In a Minnesota accent. Throw you in the wood chipper.
Jennifer, she has left the maintenance department. I'm sad about that too. So.
I'll show you how it's done. Yeah. Take notes.
Hello, Cypress Village residents. I'm Nancy Rochester, a member of your Residents Advisory Council Nominating Committee. Today, we would like to introduce the candidates that will be running for the 3 open seats on the council. They are Bill Chatfield, Louise Fontecchio, Jim Gendreau, Bob Kyle, and Carol Luckenbach. The electronic voting begins Monday, October 17th and ends Friday, October 28th. There is 1 vote per email address. If you share an email, one of you will vote by paper ballot, which is voted on November 4, 6, and 8. The 8th is right before the November 8th community meeting in Egret Hall. The winners will be announced at the end of the meeting.
My name is Bill Chatfield, and my wife and I live in the towers here at Cypress Village. One of the best decisions I've made, other than marrying my wife Pat, was moving here. And we've been here for 3 years, and it's been wonderful. After I went to school, I got out of high school, I went to college, and after that I went in the Navy, and after that I got a job with IBM, and I worked with them for 32 years. I was in Poughkeepsie, and Kingston, and Gaithersburg, and then Boca Raton, where I finished up. After I finished working with IBM, I got into volunteering. The first job was a recording for the blind and dyslexic, but that didn't last long because a couple of weeks afterwards, they hired me. We did a lot of things at church. I was on the vestry. We did Sunday school, vacation Bible school. My wife did the newspaper, and we did pamphlets and booklets and things like that. During that time, I got involved in the in-prison ministry. Thank you, Father Mike, my old priest. I did that from 2001 to 2019 when COVID said, no, you're not going to do it anymore. One of the things you learn doing prison ministry is how to talk with people and how to listen to people. You've got about 30 seconds to make the connection, and if you don't make it, you're done. So my job here, and if I become a member of this committee, is to listen, to learn, and to do my best to communicate what I've been told to the committee and to whoever else needs to have it. Keeping in mind, we're an advisory committee, not an action committee. So, if I'm elected, I will try to listen, I will try to learn, I will try to help. And if I'm not elected, I'll still be around here causing problems. So, that's my story. I'm sticking to it, and stay tuned for further developments.
Hi, I'm Louise Fontecchio, and I'm presently on the Residents Advisory Council chair of the Activities Committee. And I hope that you will give me the chance to continue on the Residents Advisory Council. I've served for the last year and have had a great time. It's been a fun year, but a difficult year to be on the advisory committee or advisory council, because at the beginning of this year we had so many problems that we had to dig out of, and we've successfully dug out of a lot of them, I think. Obviously, we had the transition in the activities team, and I had a ball working with Katie when she was our activities director or CLS director. And then Lisa came in, and it's been fun getting to know her and helping her get to know our Cypress Village culture and our people and what our residents want. And so that's been a fun thing to do, but it's been kind of difficult at times because anytime you have a change, it's difficult. But I do hope you'll give me the chance to continue serving on the Residents Advisory Council. As you probably know by now, I was an attorney in Nashville before I moved to Florida, and have two daughters, one that lives in Seattle, one that lives here in Jacksonville. I've taught law, I've taught bridge, I've worked with my church group, I've worked with Girl Scouts, I've worked with my neighborhood association. Before I became a member of the Residents Council here, I was a library volunteer. I taught some bridge classes when I first moved here because the building was shut down at that time for COVID, and it was a good way for me to get to know some people and for some people to be able to get out of their apartments and do something. So that was a good time. And then, as I said, this last year we've done so much. We've changed the Activities Committee somewhat because in the past the Activities Committee served as an advisory body, but we're not terribly active in helping CLS do things. One of the things I wanted us to do was become very active in helping with things. So back in January, Katie had the game day, which we helped her organize, and then, or the activities day, I guess it was. And then from there, we branched off and have started having the game day a couple of times a month. And we try to have members present for that to kind of help people get going. And now that it's going so well, we don't always have somebody there, but at the beginning we tried to always do that. We try to have people at most of the activities so that we can help with those. We had the root beer float thing a couple of weeks ago, and we had people there to help with that. Just all kinds of activities that are going on that are fun for the residents, but they're also fun for my committee members. And I want to thank my committee members for helping me have a successful year, and I think we did have a successful year. So again, I hope you will let me continue. I feel like that we have a good team on the Residents Advisory Council. Always open to and listening and wanting your suggestions, and always make sure that they get brought to the committee meetings, get brought to Lisa. And I feel like a lot of the activities we're now doing are things that came straight out of resident suggestions. Game day being one of the main ones. Some of the lunch bunch activities that we're doing, we've gone from trying to have 20 people in a crowd and not being able to get in to having smaller groups. Dinner bunch is the same way. It's 2 groups now. So a lot of the things we've done have been because they're things that you have asked for. So I hope we can continue doing that together. Thank you very much.
Cypress Village residents. You know, I hope you've read my bio, but I want to highlight some things from my background. I grew up in a small town in northern Maine where French was a spoken language. I learned English in school and spoke French in the household till I was 10 years old. However, education is the backbone of my career for information technology and working in personnel. I lived in Metropolitan District of Columbia till we moved to Cypress Village on Silkvine almost 11 years ago. After approximately 4 years, my late wife was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. I cared for Judy. With help from CNAs, I moved Judy to receive outstanding memory care. And I moved in an apartment in the Towers. And subsequently, Judy received palliative, and hospice support. Judy died 2.5 years ago and was buried at the Jacksonville National Cemetery. And I visit and talk to her monthly. Now I want to talk about what I've done here at Cypress Village. My bio states, and I'm going to quote, I have been active with Alzheimer's Group, Grief Support Group, Florida Life Care Residents Association, or FLICRA, at both the local and the Florida State Executive Committee levels. I'm chair of the Veterans Committee, and I co-chair the Cypress Village Information Technology Committee, and I support many other activities. I was appointed to serve on the Resident Advisory Council, or RAC for short, and to chair the Veterans Committee. So what have I learned during that appointed term? The first key word is residents. It represents all residents of Cypress Village. The second key term is advisory. Yes, it advises based on all residents, not just based on one or a few residents. The third key term is council. As council or committee, you must work together as a team to reach consensus for what is best for all residents, or at least the majority of residents. What's operative here? Consensus and majority. Those are the key words. So what does Jim Jandro want to do? I want the opportunity to be elected to passionately continue to represent your views on your Resident Advisory Committee. Thank you.
I'm Bob Kyle. I'm running for the council, probably in the role of an engineering consultant, which is what I am, an engineer. What I'm going to do is make some comments in addition to what I've submitted to everyone in terms of a written resume. So I'll start with some of my academic credentials. 3 engineering degrees, including Virginia Tech and University of Virginia, plus a diploma from the National War College, which is sort of a Harvard version of training for flag officers. Nancy and I met when we were both juniors in college, got engaged and got married the same weekend that we both graduated. That was back in 1964. So we've been married 58 years. Still a lucky man, I suppose. Next thing I want to talk about is what engineers do. They're problem solvers. You face a problem, and you know, any given problem has got a whole lot of different ways that you can solve it. Each one has its own cost-benefit type of analysis, and there are different alternatives depending on what your objectives may be to solve it, and your time and how much money you've got to fix the problem. But every problem has a solution. What you got to make sure of is that you don't have a solution in search of a problem. Some of the background things I've worked on. Before coming to Cypress, we've been here about 3 years. We lived over at Marina San Pablo. That's a condo right across from Mayo on the Intercoastal. I was on the board there, and I engineered several different projects. One was the pool cracks, where I actually recommended we drain the pool and use a special type of epoxy to fill the cracks. We filled it all, cured it all, repainted. To my knowledge, the pool still is not leaking. That's pretty good. That was about 10 years ago. In terms of more of a residential situation, we lived at a plantation, which is a subdivision South Ponte Vedra, and I did a design there for quite an acoustic reduction in the 19th hole, just like the Lewis National bar and eating area. So I devised a system to reduce the acoustic noise in there, and tiles and all this kind of stuff. But in the end, the ladies decided that they'd just go with acoustic drapes. So that's just a case where you always got to consider everyone's needs and objectives and have a sort of an agreement as to how you're going to proceed. And that's the same way that I work with the Residents Council. You got to take things under advisement. I think most of my interfaces will be with the operations management, here at Cypress, because we're talking both the houses and the apartments. Some things I'm concerned about is what I call communications. It seems like every week there's communications on everything at Cypress. I mean, from COVID, to dining menus, to everything else, but I don't see anything responsive to maintenance. Like we'll have alarms that go off during the week in the apartments. A given floor, they go off and they last, but no one ever comes back to say what happened or why. I had a JSO officer knock on my door a few weeks ago about a missing person. We're all concerned about that, but again, no follow-up. There's a book here that Cypress puts out, the Residents Council Advisory Council, and in here there's probably 2 pages every month on reports on what's going on the operations side of coordinating things with Cypress. Very good, very detailed. I don't know why some of these notes can't be incorporated into the weekly type of newsletter we get. I'm also very much interested in not only safety, which I've been talking about, but security. Everyone's driven into the front gate area, and you've seen that pole there with the cameras on it. I'm told that those record license plates number going and coming, but is it working at night? Are they IR sensitive? Those are the type of things I'm interested in and how we're maintaining things. There's so much lawlessness going on out there today that maybe we need to consider about having a JSO officer just patrol on some random basis once or twice a week. I know we did that over at Marina San Pablo. It was very effective. I've drained on and on here, so I guess that concludes my video here. I hope it supplements the written version, and I thank you.
Good morning. I'm Carol Lukenbach. It's a privilege to be here today. I have essentially had 3 career paths in my life, all of them involving sensitivity to other people's needs, decision making, and organizational skills. My first and longest career was as a school social worker, guidance counselor, special ed teacher, and then special ed guidance counselor. That was a long haul, 30 years, and I did burn out at the end of it. Sort of parallel, I decided that it would be fun to run and open the first bed and breakfast in Jacksonville. It was across the river at the foot of Cherry Street, which I did for 16 years. Again, that takes a lot of skills. You hire people, fire people, do food, do reservations, keep in line with all the government regulations, etc. It was a real treat and I loved it. And probably parallel to that also, I have an interest in tennis, do play a lot, but I started as a US Open umpire for many, many years. Then the more fun thing was, and many of you remember, the Amelia Island WTA tournament, and I was the chief umpire for that for 12 years. And that really involved food, everything for about 50 people, hiring and firing, accommodations, skill levels. It was fun, but hard work, and I enjoyed every bit of it. Also with the tennis, I was the grievance chairman for the state of Florida for officials, and that meant dealing with some really heady situations. I reflect on Steffi Graf's father, not affectionately, but things that had to be dealt with. As a part of that, we went to the National Committee and did that for a few years. I hope this demonstrates sensitivity and ability to problem solve and leadership ability and a let's get the job done attitude. I would be proud to serve on the Resident Advisory Council.